Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into maybe the biggest question there is. Why are we here? I mean, what's it all for? And how in the world do we figure that out?
It's that question that just pops into your head, right? Maybe it's late at night, or maybe you're going through some big life change. Why am I even here? It's this one thing that pretty much every person on the planet has asked themselves at some point.
And this isn't some new thing. It's not a modern problem. This search for meaning, it's like it's hardwired into us. It's that gut feeling that we're supposed to be doing something that matters.
So, the framework we're exploring today offers a really unique map for this journey. It's built on this idea of a divine calling. And honestly, it kind of redefines the whole search for purpose. Let's jump in.
All right, so where do we even start? Well, this whole framework kicks off with a pretty radical idea that you're not here by accident, not at all. It suggests your life is part of an intentional, a divine design.
Now, this completely flips the script on how we usually think about purpose, right? We're often told we have to create our purpose from scratch. But this suggests it's more like a mission that was already prepared for us. It's just waiting for us to step into it. So what does purpose mean in this context? It's basically the unique reason you exist. Think of it as a role that was designed just for you in a much bigger plan. It's way more than just a personal goal. It's a calling. And the story of Moses is a perfect illustration of this. I mean, here's a guy who felt totally ill-equipped, right? He was insecure, he made excuses, he didn't think he was the right person for the job. But his purpose had nothing to do with his qualifications. It was all about God's plan. Okay, so if purpose is this big divine plan, that raises a huge question. How do you figure out what your part is? Well, this framework says the compass you need, it's already inside you. The clues are hidden in your own unique identity. And this is a really fundamental shift in thinking. The common view is all about chasing purpose through external stuff, right? Like your career, your goals. It's about what you achieve. But the biblical view flips that completely. It's not about what you do. It's about who you were created to be. It's about aligning with that, not achieving something for yourself. The parable of the talents really drives this home. Think about it. Our unique gifts, our passions, they're not just for us to enjoy. They're kind of like investments we've been given, and we're meant to use them, to grow them, for something bigger. And that leads us to this really powerful idea, that true purpose is never just about me. It's not just about my own happiness or fulfillment. It always points beyond ourselves. It connects us to a much, much larger mission. It's about playing your part in a huge story, and that part might not always look glamorous. It could be some big public thing, sure, but it could also be those small, faithful, everyday acts of kindness or integrity that nobody else even sees. Yeah, exactly. This idea of being salt and light in the world means your purpose plays out in the real world. It's in how you do your job, how you treat your neighbor, how you raise your kids, all of it. But what if you don't feel like you're living out some grand purpose? What if you just feel stuck? Well, the source material is really clear on this. The path isn't a straight line. It's usually messy and winding. And that's why patience is absolutely key. It's a good reminder that our lives have seasons. There are going to be seasons of action where everything is clear and you're moving forward. But there are also seasons of just waiting. And those aren't wasted time. Those are seasons of learning and preparation. I mean, look at the story of Joseph. This guy gets sold into slavery by his own brothers. Then he's thrown in prison for something he didn't even do. For years, it must have felt like his life was over, that he'd been completely forgotten. But all that hardship, that was his training ground. It was preparing him for a purpose so big, it would save an entire nation. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually start? What are the first practical steps you can take on this journey to find your purpose? Well, we've got 3 really clear starting points here. First, seek guidance. Then, take a good look at yourself. What are your unique gifts and passions? And third, be patient. You have to trust that the path will become clear over time. It's kind of this loop: seek, reflect, and trust. And really, the whole journey comes down to trust. It's about letting go of that feeling that you need to have the whole map figured out before you take the first step. It's about being willing to just be led one step at a time. And that brings us to maybe the most important takeaway of all. Finding your purpose, it's not a one-time thing. It's not a box you check and then you're done.
It's this living, breathing process that keeps unfolding for your entire life. So if there's one thing to leave you with, it's this. Your purpose isn't something you have to go out and invent from scratch. It's more like a North Star that's already inside you, waiting. The real journey is just learning to look up and follow its light.